Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Myron. Got another bit of revelation for you. I love to hear your comments and then just keep posting your questions. And I'm excited about what God is doing and just glad to be a part of what true revival is all about. So with that, Matthew chapter 27, verse 45, Jesus cries out saying, Father, why have you forsaken me? Not because Jesus has taken upon the sin of flesh so that we could have everlasting life, as God chosen not to look upon him. But God instead is abiding by his own commandment. Back in Genesis 2, verse 24, as we see the picture of the first wedding, the Bible says that God brought the woman unto man. And the Bible says in verse 24 of Genesis chapter 2, it says that the man must leave his mother and his father and cleave unto his wife. So God had to allow himself to separate Jesus from him because Jesus is the son. So according to the law, Jesus had to separate himself from his father so that he could cleave to his wife. Well, who was Jesus's wife? The church, the bride. So here we see a picture of the actual manifestation of what God was showing us in the Garden of Eden in Genesis chapter 2. Jesus on the cross of Calvary is separated from his Father because God understood that in order for Christ to marry the church, the bride, according to Ephesians chapter 5, there had to be a separation. And there we see it on Calvary as we did in Genesis chapter 2. We see Jesus even reiterating the same words in Matthew chapter 19, I believe it's in verse 5, and Mark chapter 10, and I think it's in verse 7. So we see that Jesus is actually saying that a man must leave his mother and his father, and we see that on Calvary's cross. Now the disciples says this in the 19th chapter of Matthew. They say, boy, this is a hard saying for a man who is going to have a wife. But Jesus said, only those who have ears to hear. This message is only for them. This is a hard thing to understand, but for those who have been given ears to hear in these last days, they'll understand what God is saying to the church. I hope this message blesses you, and remember, we're dealing with revelation. Talk to you later. See ya.